Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Old Fart and Winky here, just farting around. Today we are at the Fireman's Hall Museum in Old City, Philadelphia, which is housed inside a restored historic firehouse. The collection here covers roughly 3 centuries of Philadelphia firefighting through antique fire engines, horse-drawn equipment, helmets, badges, fire marks, and early motorized trucks. Currently, the admission is free. And today's challenge is going to be for Winky. Can Winky complete firehouse-dog training and earn his official Philadelphia firefighter badge? I gave Winky and Winky's right here. Say hi, folks. Yeah, good boy. And Winky has a checklist I gave him, and his checklist is: number 1, inspect the oldest fire engine. Number 2, find the biggest fire bell. Number 3, locate the strangest historic helmet. Number 4, learn why Dalmatians became associated with firehouses. Number 5, choose the best antique fire truck. Number 6, complete an imaginary smoke detection test. And number 7, receive an honorary Old Fart and Winky Fire Company badge. And this museum currently stands on the former site of Engine Company number 8, whose historic and history connects to Philadelphia and the early volunteer firefighting tradition, and Ben Franklin's Union Fire Company, which was founded in 1736. All right, we're going to go ahead and inside, and we'll be right back. So before we go in, I just want to say Philadelphia has been fighting fires since before the United States even existed. Today, Winky and I are entering a very historic firehouse, and before we leave, one of us must qualify as Philadelphia's newest firehouse dog. And we'll see who that is. Stay tuned. All right, and here we are. We're just inside the building. This says always ready and willing to assist. This is station number 9, America Fire Engine Company, instituted April 10th, 1790, incorporated April 30th, 1844, and it housed steam fire engine June 10th, 1869, made and presented by John C. Moore. All right, and on the way up to the second floor, there's a lot of pictures here. This is engine 32, circa 1910, turning out for an alarm. Let's see that picture. Hopefully there's not too much glare. Right, this one right here is the Fireman's Hall Museum in 1973. This one is ladder 31. Go this way. This one is in service between runs. I guess this one right here, this is in service between runs, and this shows the guys having some fun playing some ping pong. All right, down here is the watch desk. All right, that shows one of the firemen standing by in case there's any alarms. Then right here is sprucing up the firehouse. Sprucing up the firehouse, and that shows the guys outside doing some weeding and freshening up the outside to make it look nice, presentable. Then way up here we have engine number 54, circa 1955. And down here we have engine 29, getting a ride home from, excuse me, here we go. And that's engine 29, getting a ride home, front and Gerard Avenue via SEPTA. Very cool. And the final one is the house cleaning, and that shows exactly what it sounds. Them cleaning house, actually making the windows look nice and shiny outside. And we'll go ahead and make our way up to the second floor. All right, and up on the second floor, midway between actually, they have some ladders going up the wall. And this one right here, you can see next to the one next to the helmets, is a hook ladder, wood with collapsible steel hooks. Right? And then the one next to it right here, right, that one is a pike pole, wood with steel hook. Then next to the pike hole, up top here, is like a U-shaped instrument. That is called the tormentor pole. Alright, that is called the tormentor pole. 1930s firefighters used this long pole to raise and stabilize large wooden ladders. Alright, that's very cool. And then they got various axes and stuff as well. And this one right here says it's an axe from 1860 to 1900. Very, very cool. This device right here, see if I could zoom back a little bit. This device is a play pipe holder circa 1917. Firefighters drove this pole into the ground in order to direct a powerful stream of water toward the upper floors of a burning building. And let me get another shot of that for you. And the functionality of it was just perfect for its time. Alright, and as I come up to the second floor, there's various paintings and little prints and stuff. This is the certification for Columbia Fire Hose Company of Philadelphia. I can't read a lot of these because they're up pretty high, but I'll definitely pass by each one for you. Make sure I'm zoomed out all the way. Yeah, Goodwill Fire Company of Philadelphia. This one is the Steamed Fire Engine Company. Goodwill Steam Fire Engine Company. And wow, look at this. These are all the patches that go on the firefighters. I'll try to get a good look at that for you. So cool. And it says something up top here. Right here. Philadelphia Fireman helmet front piece. Used to identify. It's very hard to read from where I'm standing. And then next, got this certified Washington Hose Company. Then the last one, I see, not the last one. America Fire Engine of Philadelphia. That looks very, very cool. It's called the Goodwill Fire Company Header Stone. Goodwill. Says this stone adorned the engine house of the Goodwill Fire Company number 20, located on the southwest corner of Goodwill Alley and Race Street. The Goodwill Fire Company accepted the building from 1832 to 1871. On March 15th, 1871, the Goodwill Fire Engine House became the temporary location of fire headquarters and the first quarters of engine number 17. The Old City Armory building to the left of the Goodwill Fire Engine House was partially renovated in 1874, which then became fire headquarters, the repair shop, and engine company number 17's quarters. This site was the location of Goodwill Fire Company's first engine house. Shows a little picture of that. Very cool. So much cool history here. And here, I'm not sure what that, I think that's just something to clean the building. I'm not sure if that's an exhibit or not. I can't tell. It looks like an exhibit, but it's right next to a fan. So I'm not sure. Presented to the Washington National Monument.
We gotta fire this camera guy! For a minute, I thought we were on cops!
And again, up top here, we have a lot of these Very nice. Very cool. And when I come back here, wait till you see this. This is insane. And this is the second floor. Look at this, folks. This is so nice here. Yep, make sure I'm back all the way. All right. All right, and we'll go over some of this equipment right now. Right, this one right here is the Spider hose reel carriage, circa 1850 in Allentown, Pennsylvania. The nickname Spider came from the spider-like shape of this hand-drawn four-wheel carriage. Firefighters most likely did not use the ornate carriages like this one to fight fires and instead saved them for parades. The mirrors on the side panels reflected the light of hanging lanterns to increase the brilliance of these ornate carriages. And I'll get a nice little shot going around to that for you. Really does look amazing. Just incredible. What a piece of history. Let's see what this front plate says. It says Wolf and Nellie. Very cool. Oh, look at that. It has bells on the front too. So I guess those bells are the warning device as it's coming down the road. Then over here we have another piece of equipment. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but looks very interesting. It almost looks like a hot dog cart or something like that you'd see in a city. And yeah, there's no card on there to let me know exactly what that is. So yeah, it's all wood. I'm not sure what it is. If you know what it is, you can let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's really cool. Really cool history. And then right here, I'm not sure what this is doing here. This looks like the Liberty Bell. This says, oh no, it's not the Liberty Bell. It says Vigilant, there we go. Definitely not the Liberty Bell. It says Vigilant Fire Company number 3, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This engine house fire bell was cast in 1860 by Naylor, Vickers and Company of Sheffield, England for the Vigilant Fire Company located at 143 Ray Street. Later presented by A. Raymond Raff to the Fire Association of Philadelphia, renamed the Reliance Insurance Company. The bell was purchased in 2017 by the Philadelphia Fire Department Historical Corporation through donations from members and corporate donors. Very cool. Then in here we got some really cool stuff. This says it's really hard to see with the reflection behind us, but it's a map, and it says it's Paxton's map. Malfunctioning of the pumps at the Center Square Waterworks resulted in design and building of an improved system at Fairmount in 1817 by Frederick Graff. Paxton's map shown here is a map of the water distribution system, firehouses, and hydrants the new waterworks serviced. Very cool. Right. This is a wrench from the Fame Hose Company number 12, unknown date, and that's a leather riveted hose. So leather used to be what a lot of the fire hoses were made of, and so they eventually came out with the rubber ones that are used today. This is a wooden water well pipe from the 17th century. Look at that. Very cool. Most Philadelphians obtained water for drinking, washing, and fighting fires from wells. This section of a wooden water pipe was recovered by archaeologists from the bottom of brick-lined well excavated on the President's House site. Very cool. And then next, very amazing. Wow, looks so cool. Very cool. Wow, Great Parade of 1865, celebrating the end of the war, brought its own tribute to the fire companies, such as the silver-plated torch shown below. Oh. Wow, looks amazing. Very cool. Stuff here is the watchman's rattle, and there's a bed key, and the watchman's rattle was used to awake citizens in the event of a fire. The bed key was used to dismantle the prized possession, the bed, which was quickly taken out of the house. Then old fire hat, parade hat of the Hand in Hand Fire Company in 1815. Very cool. Other little hats down there.
We gotta fire this camera guy! For a minute, I thought we were on cops!
Then there's this portrait, as I showed you before, of Ben Franklin. And that's from 1850. Very cool. Alright, so now we'll move on into the next room, but before we do that, there's some other displays here. Not sure what that is. This is a little September 11th memorial. This is soil from near the crash site of Flight 93. The flag right here just presented to the museum on the 10th anniversary of September 11th, and it's flown over hostile territory and supporting Operation Enduring Freedom. And we have some other various old wow, it's very old. Very cool. Alright, well, this is the Albert E. Willis Firemark Gallery. As you come in, there's a really cool display right here. Very hard to read. It says Rich Mayon. Yeah, very hard to read. Something from the 1700s. Then you have this device right here, which doesn't say what it is. All these fire marks are here. Kind of hard to see. Yeah, they're really hard to see. I'll do my best. Go from the back a little bit. All right. 1820 Fire Association. And then on this side, there's a lot more of these fire marks, which were the things that went on top of and then you have the rest of these fire marks on this side of the wall. These are behind glass and really old. 1800s. Alright, and then we move into this room. Wow, look at this. You could try on some of the fire apparatus. And in this room, it's not just trying on the fire stuff and finding out you don't fit in it, but it's probably for kids. Got a lot of safety stuff in here, and a lot of these are basically just little murals on how to keep safe, which is really good for fire prevention, fire education. Right here, it's a model of water tower number 2, circa 1923. Very cool. These are some old fire hydrants. They used to look like. All right, not sure what that is. But a lot of really cool exhibits here at the Fireman Home Museum. This is a riveted hose, and you can see the rivets in there. See the rivets in there. And it says right there, special hose companies formed to carry hose to engine companies. The earliest, the Philadelphia Hose Company, organized in 1803. And this wooden piece is a wooden water main. So the water mains used to be made out of water. This wood pipe carried water from the river to homes in Philadelphia until iron pipes were placed in 1820. Wow, that is some cool history right there. And then before that, there was buckets. They used a lot of buckets. Here's some example of those buckets that they would use. Very neat. All right. This right here. Wow, it's an old school fire engine from Germantown. Look at that. Germantown. 1760 something. Very hard to see. All right, and that all right. All right, this right here is the Philadelphia Fire Department when they had their boats. They still do, fire boat number 2. PFD, Philadelphia Fire Department. Very neat. This is, I guess, the steering oar that they used. There's a life raft. And engine room telegraph. Very cool. William Penn Fire Company number 18. Floral cake decoration. Very cool. Wow, and then right here they got a desk. It's, I guess, an old fire desk. Very neat. There's all the awards and commendations. And here's some hand engraved badges from 1850 to 1880. And just behind that floral cake, there's some additional membership certificates. Very cool. Right, and then here, a lot of cool memorabilia here. This right here is Philadelphia Fire Department Truck 23 from 1944 to 1947. Very cool. This is how the firemen used to get down from their sleeping quarters or their quarters down to the firehouse, and it would just go right down through that pole. They just grab the pole and slide on down. And these are antique tables and chairs. All the furniture is part of this exhibit. Truck number 5 from 1941. Engine 58 station at Byberry and Worthington. Engine 58's hose wagon from 1954. You can see the pumps mounted on the front of that one. Hoseman O'Donnell, Lieutenant O'Donnell, and Captain O'Donnell. This is the 4-alarmer at Weather Hill Paint Factory, being fought from Market Street. This right here is the engine number 20 station at the northwest corner of 10th and Commerce. This final one is the 1914 Mack International Hose chemical wagon in front of engine number 1 station. Very cool. Old and rustic. Alright, and these are all the Philadelphia Fire Department unit patches. So these are really cool. Alright, that's very cool. Alright, and that brings us down to the first floor, and this has a hand fire engine circa 1840, manufactured by Joel Bates. It's like a old fire engine front of a truck, very, very nostalgic. Then right here, (1803). Now here we have some information on the Dalmatians clearing the path, running ahead of alongside the horse-drawn wagons. They barked to warn pedestrians and clear a path through crowded streets. They guarded property because they were intelligent and protective. They guarded the firehouse, horses, and equipment from thieves while the firefighters were on a call. And they calmed horses. Horses were prone to panic from the noise and chaos of the fire. Dalmatians possessed a natural affinity for them, keeping them calm and focused. Alright, cool. These are some old little antique trucks. Here's some more equipment that they used. What a really cool place to be. Congratulations to Winky on being the next Philadelphia honorary firefighting dog and getting his Philadelphia firefighting badge.
Alright folks, Winky completed all of his challenges. Unfortunately I was disqualified because I couldn't fit in the fire suit. But thanks for watching, we'll see you next time, and have a great day. Bye-bye.